Hello there, and welcome to the show, and today I'm going to be talking about WrestleMania 41, Night 1. This was the first night of WrestleMania 41. It took place on April 19, 2025, live from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Had an attendance of anywhere from 55 to 61,000 people. Let's talk about it. Triple H kicked off WrestleMania 41. He welcomed the crowd to WrestleMania. We got an opening hype package for the show, and before diving into the actual start of the show, I do want to say the official theme song from Travis Scott is terrible. That song is just complete garbage. I do not know why that was chosen as a song for the show, but I'm not Triple H or the creative team, but that is a terrible song. The show started off with Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. He challenged Gunther. I wasn't a big fan of the initial build to this match. I was not impressed with what Gunther or Jey Uso were delivering in the lead up to this match. To me, this feud really stepped up and started to feel like an actual WrestleMania match when Jimmy was taken out and Gunther just destroyed Jimmy in front of Jey Uso. That is when this feud started to feel important. This was the right choice of match to open the show. Jey Uso has one of the best entrances in WWE right now. It gets the crowd hyped, and the crowd engagement during his entrance, you could definitely see why they chose this match to open the show. I was not impressed with this match. To me, this was pretty dull, pretty boring. Jey Uso, he's just an entrance. All he has is his entrance and his catchphrase, and that's all he is. He can cut great promos, and he's a decent storyteller, but when it comes to in-ring work, I don't think he's the best wrestler. The best one-on-one match he had was against Roman Reigns during the pandemic, and that was more storyline driven than actual in-ring work. I was not impressed with the in-ring work of this match. To me, this match felt pretty boring. I did not like how Gunther was presented in this match. I get that the whole story is that he was underestimating Jey Uso, but to me, Gunther looked a little weak in this match. He rolled out of the ring a lot. He took the title and threatened to walk to the back. I was not a fan of how Gunther was presented in this match. He looked weak. This match also didn't start off the way I was expecting it to. I thought with Gunther taking out Jimmy Uso and completely destroying him, that this match would start off with a brawl, but instead it started out with some generic wrestling. We don't need to see a headlock in a match like this. Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship reign hasn't exactly been great, especially compared to his Intercontinental Championship reign. Gunther hit a chop, Jey knocked him down with a right hand. Jey hit a chop and enziguri, Gunther rolled out of the ring. Jey hits a spear that got him a 2 count. We get a top rope suplex, dinosaur dropkick, and powerbomb by Gunther for a 2. Spear and Uso splash for a 2 count. Gunther hits Jey with the belt and a frog splash, that gives him a 2 count. Gunther then locks in a sleeper, Jey got out of it. And closing sequence of this match saw Jey Uso hit a powerbomb, 2 super kicks, a spear, 3 Uso splashes, and finally locking in the sleeper for Gunther to tap out, and Jey Uso is the new World Heavyweight Champion. This was the inevitable outcome. Jey Uso was not losing this match. He had to leave WrestleMania 41 as the new World Heavyweight Champion, for the simple fact that Gunther's world title reign has disappointed, and for the Royal Rumble not to go to waste. This match was not good. This was not a very good match. To me, this was pretty boring at times. This was dull. I wasn't really invested in this match. The outcome was predictable. The build, I mean, it didn't really pick up until Jimmy was introduced into the storyline, and I think he should have been involved in this match. He did come out post-match to celebrate with Jey Uso. Right outcome, but I was not impressed with this match. On the Raw after Mania, Jey was celebrating. Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso came out to celebrate with him. I am predicting Sami Zayn turns heel and we get heel Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. I have Sami win. I think he's long overdue for a world title run. I get why this match opened the show. Jey Uso, he's got a great entrance to get the crowd hyped, but this match was not it. Up next, tag team match for the World Tag Team Championships. The War Raiders, Eric and Ivar versus the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. New Day turned heel in December of last year in a great segment where they were celebrating their 10 years. Big E was there, and the turn on Big E, the promo, it was really emotional. It was done really well. That turn was great, and WWE literally did nothing with that for months. The saying goes, strike while the iron is hot, but they waited until the New Day became ice cold to finally pay that off. They have done nothing since turning heel. Eric and Ivar, they beat beat the Judgment Day to become the tag team champions in December. Eric and Ivar, these guys were great in NXT ever since they were called up to the main roster and became the Viking Experience, and then the Viking Raiders, and then the Viking Experience Raiders, and now back to War Raiders. They have been booked horribly on the main roster for a long time. I wasn't really looking forward to this match, especially when on SmackDown they announced that we were gonna get a triple threat ladder match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, but that's happening on SmackDown tonight as I am recording this video. So this match to me did not belong on WrestleMania. New Day's new theme song is horrible. I don't know if Def Rebel are still employed or not by WWE, but if they are, they continue to produce some of the worst music I have ever heard in professional wrestling. The best part of this match, in my opinion, was the War Raiders entrance. They came out in Clash of Clans cosplay. I've been playing Clash of Clans since 2014, so I thought that was pretty cool, and the WWE Clash of Clans update has been pretty awesome. This, again, to me was pretty dull. I wasn't very impressed with this match. To me, this was actually kind of boring. Just flashing forward to the end, we get a Trouble in Paradise on Eric by Kofi Kingston. Ivar hits a moonsault on Kofi. Xavier broke it up with an elbow drop. The War Raiders went for War Machine. That was countered. And then New Day hit Daylight for the win. They become the new World Tag Team Champions. This match, to me, had no heat. New Day becoming the new champions would have been great if this happened months ago and if they had actual momentum. But WWE, they let these guys get ice cold. They did nothing with them to capitalize off of that great heel turn, and they were stuck in mid-card purgatory. The War Raiders, I don't remember anything meaningful they did as the tag team champions. Right outcome, but again, much like the opening match, this was pretty dull. This was pretty boring. Not a good match. Naomi versus Jade Cargill. This match stems from what happened at Elimination Chamber. Jade Cargill returned to television, attacked Naomi, took her out of the Elimination Chamber. It was revealed that Naomi attacked Jade backstage in the parking lot, and then the promo that Naomi cut on Bianca on SmackDown explaining why she did it, I thought that was done really well. I really like this Naomi heel character. I think this heel character has a lot of potential. Going into this match, it was pretty obvious that Jade was gonna win. WWE are really high on Jade Cargill. She's gonna be pushed as the next big thing for the women's division. To me, this was an average match. Jade Cargill has never been known for her in-ring work. She's improved quite a bit since her AEW days, but still has a long way to go. Definitely isn't going to be producing any 5-star matches anytime soon. Like I mentioned, the finish of this match was predictable. Jade reversed a crossbody into a fallaway slam. Naomi hit a bulldog off the top rope followed by a split-legged moonsault. Jade powered out of a submission. She hit a powerbomb and then jaded for the win. Jade Cargill beats Naomi. The inevitable outcome. This match wasn't very impressive. This Naomi character has a lot of potential. We'll just have to see if she's booked properly. This match wasn't anything impressive. It's just a match that existed on the WrestleMania 41 card. Up until this point, I was not impressed with WrestleMania 41, but thankfully, the show picked up with our next match. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. Jacob Fatu has been presented phenomenally on WWE television. His booking has been great. Fatu beat Braun Strowman in a last man standing match to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship. LA Knight, he beat Shinsuke Nakamura on an episode of SmackDown to regain the United States Championship, becoming a 2-time United States champion. Nakamura did nothing as champion. I don't know why WWE even bothered to put the belt on him at Survivor Series. Jacob Fatu came out with Solo Sikoa. It was reported that Tama Tonga is injured, so now it's just Jacob and Solo representing the bloodline on SmackDown. Knight came out in a car. I believe it was a Maserati. Up until this point, match of the night. I really enjoyed this match. Pop-up Samoan drop by Jacob Fatu. Knight hit a baseball slide. Fatu caught a dive and hit a power slam. Very impressive. Knight hit a running knee in the corner. Knight hits a top rope elbow drop on Fatu that got him a 2 count. Knight hits an inverted German suplex off the top rope that got him a 2 count. That was also very impressive. Jacob Fatu hits a great swanton for a 2 count. LA Knight tried to counter a moonsault into the BFT. Didn't look great, but got a 2 count. Fatu then hits a senton and a Samoan drop off the second rope, and then 2 perfect moonsaults for the win. Jacob Fatu beats LA Knight and becomes the new United States champion. This was a very good match. Both guys delivered a solid performance in my opinion. Right call, Jacob Fatu. What this man can do in the ring is incredible, and to me, more than ready for the United States Championship. LA Knight, I feel that this would have been more impactful if he didn't lose the title to Nakamura and had more consistent defenses, but his time has come. LA Knight wasn't gonna do much with the United States Championship. I feel like putting it on Fatu and having the story with Fatu and Solo is the right call for the Bloodline storyline and for the United States Championship. This was a very good match, in my opinion. Best match of the night up until this point in the card. I was very impressed with this match. I really enjoyed this match. El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. This was supposed to be Rey Mysterio, however, Rey Mysterio got injured on the episode of SmackDown the night before WrestleMania 41, and his replacement was Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix finally released from AEW prison. Tony Khan made a right decision by letting Rey Fenix go. Speaking of Tony Khan, I'm pretty sure that he was losing his mind over the span of WrestleMania weekend when it was announced that WWE had acquired AAA, and when Vikingo was shown on screen, I'm pretty sure Tony Khan was in tears. I've really enjoyed the Chad Gable story, him as El Grande Americano. I think he's playing this great. I really liked the promo package for this match. Chad Gable is awesome. To me, he should have had at least one run as the Intercontinental Champion, and this to me was a very good match. I wish it went longer than it did. This match clocked in around 7-8 minutes. I think this should have gone an extra 5 minutes. A mariachi band played El Grande Americano to the ring. WrestleMania debut for Rey Fenix. This is Fenix's 5th match in WWE, and he's getting a singles match at WrestleMania. Triple H is gonna push Rey Fenix to the moon. Before the match even started, Americano confronted Vikingo. He shoved Vikingo and Vikingo hit him with a kick. That was awesome. Fenix hits a missile dropkick off the second rope. Fenix hits a crossbody off the top rope to the outside. Americano hit an inverted German suplex. He countered a dive into a suplex. Overhead throw by Americano. Americano hit a beautiful inverted 450 for a 2 count. That was great. Black Fire driver by Fenix for a 2 count. Americano put a metal plate in his mask. Fenix hit the goodbye amigo kick, but he was selling the foot. Great sell job by Rey Fenix, and great storytelling by the commentary team regarding this. Americano locked in the ankle lock. Fenix, he went for a dive, but Americano headbutted him out of the air. And then Americano hit a diving headbutt for the win. Post-match, Vikingo came into the ring to check on Fenix. I really enjoyed this match. I wish it got more time. This was a very nice showcase for Fenix and Americano. I'm really liking how Chad Gable is playing Americano. Fenix, I've been a fan of Rey Fenix for years, and I'm really liking his booking in WWE so far, and I can't wait for him and Penta to be paired together, and then we get the Lucha Brothers on WWE television. That is gonna be awesome. I really enjoyed this match. This was a very good match. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble like I had predicted for months to get this match. The build to this match was horrible. Them going off script and then everything about that was just painful to watch. The Charlotte Flair agenda, I am sick of it. I legitimately cannot stand Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton had a Barbie-themed entrance. Tiffany Stratton's theme song is annoying. She definitely needs a new theme song. Charlotte Flair came out of a Rolls Royce. The boos rained down for Charlotte Flair as this match started. I love that. To me, this match went longer than it should have. This match clocked in at almost 20 minutes. There is no reason this match should have went more than 15 minutes. I would have taken 5 minutes off of this match and given it to the Americano versus Phoenix match. Tiffany Stratton hit a springboard that got her a 2 count. Charlotte Flair hit a drop suplex on the barricade. And then Charlotte Flair, I don't know if this was to gain heat from the crowd or to try and get the crowd to cheer her, but she ripped off Stephanie Vaquer and the crowd rained down boos as she was doing this. And I will say this right now, Stephanie Vaquer is a better wrestler than Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton hit the rolling senton but missed the prettiest moonsault ever. Flair hits a big boot that got her a 2 count. Flair hit a sit-out powerbomb for 2. Tiffany hit a pop-up spine buster for a 2. Charlotte locked in the figure 4, but Tiffany was attacking the knee. Tiffany Stratton went for the "you can't escape" that Kenny Omega does, but Charlotte Flair got the knees up during the moonsault attempt. Charlotte botched a natural selection attempt that didn't look very good. And then Tiffany Stratton hits the "you can't escape," the rolling senton and prettiest moonsault ever. And in what was the biggest shocker of WrestleMania 41, Charlotte Flair loses clean to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton wins this match after hitting the prettiest moonsault ever and retains the WWE Women's Championship. I could not believe what I was seeing. I thought it was a mirage. I checked social media, I went on Wikipedia. This is legit. Tiffany Stratton beat Charlotte Flair. We must be living in the Twilight Zone. I thought I was dreaming for a second, but it's true. Tiffany Stratton beat Charlotte Flair clean at WrestleMania. I never thought I would see the day. This match was fine. It went longer than it should have. I think this match should have definitely clocked in at the 15-minute mark. No reason for it to go over. The build was atrocious. I don't know if Charlotte Flair took it upon herself to go off script to make Tiffany look bad. The build was horrible. This match, not very impressed. It was fine, definitely better than the first 3 matches we got on the card, but nothing overly spectacular, nothing that we'll be talking about for years. This match just existed. The biggest shocker of WrestleMania 41, that is for sure. Our main event for night 1 of WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. The build to this match was great, in my opinion, the best story leading into WrestleMania 41. I've been invested start to finish. I've loved the involvement of Paul Heyman in the storyline. Seth Rollins came out first. He had a flamethrower and an outfit that looked like it was made out of a garbage bag. Seth Rollins' fashion style is questionable to say the least. Roman Reigns came out next. Hype package played for CM Punk before his entrance, set to "This Fire Burns" by Killswitch Engage, which I loved. I love that theme song. "This Fire Burns" is an awesome song, one of the best in all of wrestling. And the promo package was great. Living Color played CM Punk to the ring, and CM Punk was accompanied by Paul Heyman, which was the favor. Paul Heyman walks CM Punk to the main event of WrestleMania 41 and being his corner man. Reigns took out Rollins with a right hand. Roman took control. Roman hit a drive-by on Rollins. Rollins hits a suicide dive on Roman. Punk and Rollins brawl in the crowd. Punk suplexes Rollins on a trash can. Roman hit a dive over the barricade, taking out Punk and Rollins. Roman used that prime bottle they have at ringside to attack Rollins. Samoan drop and a right hand by Roman. Running knees by Punk on both guys. DDTs to Roman and Seth. Elbow drop on Seth by Punk. Doomsday Device on Seth Rollins. Superman Punch for a 2 count by Roman on Punk. Punk locked in the Anaconda Vice on Roman. Rollins hits a frog splash. While this was going on both guys, he got a 2 count. Buckle bomb on Roman and Punk. Roman hit a spear on Punk. Rollins countered a spear into the pedigree and then hit a stomp that got him a 2 count. Rollins missed a Phoenix Splash, got speared by Roman, who ate a go to sleep. Pedigree on CM Punk. Rollins tried to form an alliance and put Punk through the announce table in the same manner as the Shield. Roman hits a right hand on Seth. He powerbombed Punk through the announce table, and then he powerbombed Rollins on the other announce table, breaking it as well. And the new announce tables that WWE have, they're more solid, they look more stiff than the previous announce tables. Spear on Rollins for a 2 count. Roman locks in the guillotine on Punk. Punk reversed it into the Anaconda Vice. Rollins locked in the sharpshooter on CM Punk. Guillotine on Rollins, countered into a suplex for 2 count. Guillotine locked in again. Rollins hits a stomp on Reigns and Punk. Go to sleep on Rollins for 2. Go to sleep, spear, and stomp. All 3 of them are down. Paul Heyman grabs a chair, and this is the story, because Rollins told Heyman, "You owe me a favor now for not hitting the stomp." Heyman, he grabbed the chair. Roman and Punk look at him. He gave the chair to Punk. Heyman got in the ring, helped Punk back up, and low blow on CM Punk. Paul Heyman turned on Punk. He had tears in his eyes. Heyman then handed the chair to Roman. Paul Heyman acknowledges him as the tribal chief. Roman hits 3 chair shots on Punk. Roman looks at Rollins. and it's the exact same scenario we had in 2014, but with the roles reversed. Paul Heyman hits a low blow on Roman Reigns, and the look on Heyman's face. When he turned on Punk, he was sad. He had tears in his eyes. When he turned on Roman, he was angry. You could see the anger in Heyman's eyes. Heyman handed the chair to Seth Rollins, hits chair shots on Roman, and then hits a stomp for the win. Seth Rollins defeats Roman Reigns and CM Punk. This was an excellent match. This was match of the night, in my opinion, for night 1 of WrestleMania 41. To me, this was the best match of WrestleMania 41. The story in this match was incredible. 10 out of 10, phenomenal, picture-perfect masterpiece, absolute cinema. The storytelling, the actual in-ring work, the promo package, everything about this match was brilliant. Paul Heyman's double turn was executed brilliantly, and him being paired with Rollins, in my opinion, was the right call. It's time to see if Roman can be the top guy on his own. Punk doesn't really need Paul Heyman. Heyman being paired with Seth Rollins, and with what happened on Raw after Mania with Braun Breaker joining this alliance, and eventually Braun Breaker is gonna turn on Rollins, and Braun Breaker is gonna be the Paul Heyman guy. That storyline is gonna be awesome to see, and what happened with everyone in this match on the Raw after Mania was great. This was a great match and a great ending to the first night of WrestleMania 41. I loved this match and I loved this ending. This was the best part of night 1 of WrestleMania 41 and the best part of WrestleMania 41 in my opinion. From a storytelling perspective, best part of WrestleMania weekend. I cannot say enough positive things about this match. This was excellent. And that was the first night of WrestleMania 41. Overall, I feel like the first half of WrestleMania 41, night 1, was not good. The second half was a lot better. Very much a tale of two cities. The United States Championship match, Rey Fenix versus El Grande Americano, were very good. And the triple threat main event was excellent. These were the 3 best matches from night 1. The first half really brings this overall show down in my opinion. If I'm looking at just the final 4 matches, this would have been a very good show. But looking at it as an overall with the first 3 matches and the length and intermission and that awful theme song, that bring the overall show down in my opinion. I'd say overall, the first night of WrestleMania 41 was a 6 to 6.5 out of 10 for the overall night. The main event itself, to me, the triple threat, is a 10 out of 10. It's just that everything else on this show could not measure up to that main event. It wasn't on the same level. I feel like the hype around WrestleMania was better than the actual show. That is how I feel about the first night of WrestleMania 41. As an overall night, I felt it was fine. The main event was great. The second half of the show was good. It's just the first half just brings the show down in my opinion. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Said_2000, and I will see you on the next video where we talk about night 2 of WrestleMania 41. Till then, take care.